What's up, everybody? Welcome to another sit down and talk with me about things. I am having some problem with the video that we're actually going to watch, but I'll get it up here in a second, and we'll take a look at it. But how's everybody doing today? The the thing we're going to look at whenever I get everything together here is something that happened during the Ark protest that uh, that was, as I thought about it more, it bothered me a little more and more. And I will give me 1 second here, guys, and I'll get this stuff ready. Hey, Seth, do you have a link to the video too? To Dude's video? All right. Okay. So, how's everybody doing today, though? Thanks for dropping in and hanging out with me for a little bit. Yeah, the Facebook video, Seth. The from Dude Across the Street. I thought I downloaded the video, honestly, but I don't have it, and I went to my Facebook and now I can't find it. So if you can find the link, that would be awesome. That would help me out tremendously. Why does it say your name's Jack? Why did it say Jack?
I don't know.
On there it said new person joined the stage. Jack, add Jack to the panel.
Oh, it says Dave. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I mean it said Dave on whenever you came up. It's all right here, but just the notification it gave me was wrong. I got it set now to where it makes a noise when people come in, so I can know and not leave them sitting backstage like I do. But anyway, what's up, Mr. Dave?
Hey, Joe.
How you doing?
You need that link. I mean, I've got it.
Yeah, if you don't care, or hell,
I
if you just want to share the video, you can. I mean, we're just going to look at it. It's real short. Or you can send me the link. Either one, it doesn't matter.
Either way, I got it. Let's see. I can pull it up.
But yeah, after I thought about this more and more, it bothered me because of the words that he used, and you know, it's not. Just a couple days later, there was a shooting at a church like 20 minutes from where we were, and
There it is. I got it pulled up for you.
I'm not saying that this guy was involved with any of that or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, these things have been going on, and him using words like infiltrate and just how mad he was that we were over there, even though we'll get into that in a second because he doesn't even understand what we were doing. But sorry, the EV Mux thing is in your face, Dave. I can't hide it. I'm on the free version now. I don't get all the fancy backgrounds and intros and chat on screen and all that. I don't get all that with the free mode. Just kind of like how StreamYard used to be. I can just have people on and use their backgrounds pretty much. But
I just scooch over a little bit. I'll be all right.
I hopefully today Jess is working on an intro for my other channel, Bluegrass Resistance, and hopefully today I'm going to launch a couple videos over there. One video doing like an intro, telling everybody who I am, what the channel is, like why I'm doing it, and kind of a little call to action for other people to speak about those things too. But then I'll do an actual video and talk about the Epstein files. Nobody's talking about that right now, are they?
Haven't heard a word.
Yeah, who's Epstein? Yeah. I haven't looked, but I bet it's the most Googled term like for a while now. But
Probably.
1 second on using this video here, Dave. I better hold on. I've got to edit this photo I'm going to put up too, because it's you can't really read it, but there's a license plate in it, and I don't want to get in trouble for doxing somebody, So I'm going to blur out the license plate real quick, if that's okay with everybody. All right, let's see.
It's like Seth is here too.
Oh, hold on a second, Seth. I'll get you in. I've got a file explorer open here. Just a second, so I can. Now, what the hell did I do? Did I lose this picture already too? What the hell? You think I know what I'm doing? Hold on. I'll come back and
Now
let
see,
Seth.
it just said Jack on his there.
Yeah, it says Jack.
Yeah.
Who's Jack?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good.
I'm
How
all
you
right.
doing?
Your name's Jack.
Yeah,
How are you today, Jack?
I'm good. I was just wondering if you guys heard about the Voice of Reason sexting controversy, or I don't know if you've heard about it or know who he is or want to talk about it, but I think it's
Let's
hilarious.
see.
About what controversy now?
Do you know who Voice of Reason is? He's like a Catholic apologist.
There we go.
He debated James White,
Oh
and
no.
like, dude, like the Catholic world is like imploding right
Oh
now.
no. It's doing the thing that I can't hear you guys. So I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, for 1 second,
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all cover this. Joe, I'm gonna send you a video of my footage from the truck incident,
Yeah.
and it's uncut. It's basically everything that happened, and I give a little bit of a sort of a venting at the end. You don't have to play that. The whole video is 2 minutes long if you want to see that perspective. But
Just
I had a
yeah. I'll
prior
just play.
commitment
I'll just
today.
play
I
it
can't
all.
hear y'all, so I'm gonna let you do
Oh,
your thing. Just
yeah.
check your email in about 10 minutes. So, Dave, good to see you, man. We'll talk soon.
Hey, Seth.
All right. Cool. So, now, sorry, Jack. He couldn't hear you talking. He didn't mean to step on you. What is it
No,
again?
it's all good.
Start from the beginning.
Okay, so yeah, I saw this. I saw this yesterday. But like the Catholic like influencer space is like imploding because like one of their main guys got caught sexting like an underage girl, and actually a few of them, and all the like text messages were like released online and everything, and I think it's hilarious. It just shows like how many of these people, these quote unquote apologists, like live double lives.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're telling like everybody like, oh, it's a mortal sin to receive the Eucharist in the hand, and it's a mortal sin to use condoms. Meanwhile, he's talking about like how he wants to wrap, this young girl's panties around his throbbing erection. It's fucking hilarious. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, or if you want to talk about it, or even if you gave a shit. But
I
yeah,
actually hadn't heard about that, but that's like one of those things where it's like and sorry if I'm roboting a little bit or something. I'm messing with my computer while I'm talking, but that's like it's always one of those things where apologists and a lot of Christians in general, but especially apologists, always claim to have some moral high ground or something, and kind of look down on other people. And the one of the big apologist moves is to go to objective morality and stuff. And I mean, although objective morality, the way they describe it, wouldn't prevent them from doing those things, the Department of Justice shows that like 98.9% of all sex crimes against children in the U.S. are done by evangelical Christians. So, not surprising,
What,
especially coming out of the Catholic world, but I hadn't heard about that. No.
what was the name of the
well, say
channel they
that
were?
statistic again about
What was the name of the channel that they were talking about it?
Voice of Reason. He's that Catholic guy, and he has that like super deep voice, and it's like super annoying.
I
Um,
know who that is.
Right.
Uh,
yeah, he debated like James White, and he's that's kind of like how he got to be like, I don't know, big or whatever. But like he debated James White, and like a bunch of Catholics like loves the guy because like apparently they think he won or whatever. Like I guess it might not matter to us atheists, but like me as an ex-Catholic, I just think this is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, actually, what we're going to talk about today a little bit, this video that we've got up on the stage here, is about a Christian behaving badly in a number of ways. This video, and there'll be another little video that Seth's going to send me that goes with it, where we had a guy got injured at this protest. And I don't want to say it was his fault. I mean, the guy just got scared by the motor being revved up or whatever, and kind of tripped and fell and busted his chin up and stuff. But I mean, still, like, this same truck was driving by over and over, giving us the finger, yelling cuss words at us, yelling all kinds of stuff at us. Went by 4 or 5 times. In fact, if you watch the video of the Ark debate on Pangburn or anywhere else, at the very beginning when I speak, the first thing I say is, "Oh, there's some of our fans," and it's that black truck driving by behind me, honking the horn and stuff while I'm talking. So that's kind of related to what we're going to look at. Not the same exact thing, but yeah, that's what Seth's talking about right now in the chat. The same truck can be seen and heard in the background. But yeah, I'll be looking at that story. I'm gonna be talking about some other stories and stuff pretty soon
Right.
coming up.
So
So
the interesting thing to me is that apparently one of the girls that he was like texting was like 14,
yeah,
right? And so there's people on Twitter and online that are like defending him, like on Reddit and stuff, saying like, "Oh well, the age of consent in the Catholic Church is 14.
yeah.
Mary was 14,
It's
therefore
not
it's
that
like
anywhere
not
else in the
bad." And
United
it's like
States.
they can't see beyond their own like faith. They can't see
Well,
beyond their own like
right,
it's like
but
it's such a they're so biased. You know what I mean?
for the people who say that all of our laws in our nation is all built around Christianity, um, the Catholic Church says that the age of consent is 14 years old. No state in the United States allows that. It's 16 in most states and 18 in some states. I think there might be one or two where it's even 17 or something. But 14 years old, like that's why we don't base our laws off of religion, because they say stupid things like 14 years old is an adult. Um, I remember when I was 14 years old, I wasn't an adult.
I did.
You know,
So the accusations are against voice of reason. Is that what it is?
Yeah, like
That's what
he
I'm
was
seeing.
in a position of like authority, like he was like a catechist or something, and like there was a person, like a young girl that was like interested in becoming Catholic or whatever, and yeah, he was basically like sexting her, and it wasn't just her; it was like her and some other women, and this has been going on for years. Um, and like the screenshots are posted, and it's hilarious. It's
well,
Yeah,
it's hilarious, dude.
that's why it's even Idol Killer has covered it, and I know Warren.
have a bunch of people already made videos about it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them
Oh
talking about
yeah.
it. Last couple
Well,
days.
I was gonna say I could make it, but see, I'm actually wanting to do some like videos that are deep dives on different apologists and how they're dishonest and behaving badly and lying and all that stuff. Like I was gonna do individual apologists, like cover Donnie over at Standing for Truth, and talk about the way he behaves and stuff, and so that may actually end up being something that I talk about, but maybe not, because I don't like to do it when a bunch of people have covered it.
I
But
Yeah,
mean, what
is there
makes
a
it interesting to me is that like
private?
this
Here's
is one of
private.
the few times that it's not a priest this time. It's just like some lay dude.
yeah,
Um, and I think that the church, the Catholic Church in particular, and like I think the Orthodox Church as well, like they've been trying to like make this push to like get more like married folk or like single folk to represent their religion, so it's not all just celibate clergy, and now it's backfiring, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's sad because like there's victims involved, but like it's hilarious to point out the hypocrisy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I agree with you completely. I think that it's worth. I think that people should be covering it too and talking about that. I think that you're exactly right. Uh, Here in a second, we're going to watch. Where's the link to download?
There's the YouTube search, Joe. I sent it to you in the private.
Okay.
It's got everybody that's covering what he's talking about.
Okay. Well, we may even take a look at it today then. Let's see how long it takes us to get through this. But Jack, your Google content download anyway. Yeah, download, bitch. Jeez. Anyway, Jack, you're welcome to stay and comment on this video we're going to be watching if you like.
Okay.
But definitely, I'll take a look at that stuff. I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to get too deep in a conversation about the facts when I don't know the facts. So not that I don't believe you. I totally believe that's true. I just want to make sure I'm not putting wrong information out there. That's all.
I totally get it, but
yeah,
it's just funny to me. Like the last 3 days, like all the Catholic influencers or whatever, like blowing up about it. Apparently,
yeah,
he used to be
I
on
can't
Catholic
believe I haven't
Answers,
seen it,
and they
honestly.
scrubbed him from their page. So it's pretty funny to me.
It's just the last couple of days, Joe. So if you haven't looked at anything recent, it all says 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
4 days ago.
What are you telling
1
me
day
is
ago.
wrong? What are you telling me is wrong, Robin? What's wrong? Or are you just making fun of me because I said I didn't want to tell wrong information? What did I get wrong, Robin? Because we'll fix it here real quick. But yeah, you're welcome to stay and hang out and talk with us about this, and I will for sure take a look at that when we're done here today, and I may end up making a video about it, and if I do, it'll be an open panel thing like this, and you're welcome to come talk about that too. Click the bell icon down there, and it'll tell you whenever I post the thing for it, or hit me up on Discord, and I'll give you a link to join from there if you want to talk about it with us whenever I put it up. But yeah, so I've got everything downloaded now and ready. Let's. You want to go ahead and I'll make this video big, Dave, and you can play it. And it's short. We'll just watch the whole thing, and then we'll talk about. Well, actually, I'll tell you when to pause because there's a part I want you to pause on.
All right, just holler.
Okay.
Let me turn it up here. Okay, ready?
Yep.
There's people protesting some atheist crap at the Ark today. Here's what I found. Their sign says genocide and incest park. Yeah, that's what's going on there, guys. Lots of genocide and incest.
Pause. So this is what bothers me about like your average person out there that sees an atheist group participating in some kind of free speech or whatever. This is the thing that bothers me because they're so uneducated about their own religion and about what it is that we were even doing there. And rather than like asking somebody, hey, what's that sign mean? Hey, whatever, like instead they hop on there and say that we're claiming that incest and genocide are going on currently at the Ark Encounter Museum, which is a stupid, incredibly stupid thing to say. Like there's genocide going on up there. Like I think somebody would know that. The incest part, I don't know. Maybe it's Kentucky. The thing that bothers me though is when they do this instead, like they straw man us and say stuff like this rather than just asking us. I mean, we were down there at that protest. He could have came right down there, even after honking his horn and all that shit. He could have came down there and we would have talked to him and been incredibly friendly and nice with him. We wouldn't have been dicks about it. We would have, we would have been cool about it. But instead, he's across the street hiding in the weeds and making up stuff about what we're doing. I'll go ahead and put it back up here, Dave. Go ahead and play it again. And
Sorry it's so shaky. I'm trying to figure out how to unzoom. Justin's down there infiltrating.
pause it. So this is where it starts to bother me, because there's been a lot of things go on lately. You know, a lot of dangerous situations. And I'm not saying that Christians are the bad people, but you know, they're almost all committed by believers and evangelical Christians, and so a lot of times it's fanatics that are, you know, some kind of religious fanatic that's doing it, and to use words like infiltrate to make it seem like there's some, you know, the attitude that puts towards what we're doing is a negative one, right? And so this guy has already acted a fool. I mean, like, he's really upset about what we're doing. He's been driving by and honking his horn and screaming and all that stuff, and we've got a video of some of that here in a second. But so him using words like that, kind of, now that I look back on it, kind of a sketchy situation. Because also, remember, we had the cops show up, and whenever the cops left, they went to right where this guy is, right where that shot's coming from. His black truck was parked there. The cops went over there and parked too, and was over there talking to him. So, you know, good possibility he might have been the one even that called the cops. I don't know who called the cops, but it could have been Ken Hoven's people too. But you know, they called the cops over nothing. Nothing was even going on. But did Robin ever tell me what I got wrong and I missed it?
I didn't see it. I was on the other screen.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, so, I mean, nothing happened, and I'm not saying this person was definitely up to something or whatever, but like, looking back on it, this video is just like, holy shit, there was like some pissed off Christian fanatic over there, like videotaping us and sending people that he says to infiltrate. And I just, it has a bad feel to it, I guess. It just, it seems,
Some about there are states that allow something at age 14. That's what she said you're wrong about.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I see what she's saying now. So
there's still some old stuff on the books, probably.
Yeah. I'll my bad if that's incorrect. I will I thought for sure I read something that said currently you couldn't, nowhere in the United States was under 16. But,
yeah, but I mean, if you're a grown man and you're dating a girl, I mean, it's just not right.
Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, you can fudge, oh, well, in another year or whatever. And it's like, oh, come on, man. It's like, you're robbing the cradle. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah. 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 If there are states that allow that, it's still wrong. Go ahead, Dave, with the rest of it.
All right.
It's sad, man. All the stuff that's going on in the world today. All the problems that people face. And these idiots got to come out here and protest God. Of all things, God.
You can probably
the
pause
thing that
there.
created them.
And we repeatedly said it has nothing to do with religion, right? Yeah. Every time any of us talked about it, we repeatedly said it's got nothing to do with religion. Whether we like religion or not, in this country, we have freedom of religion. You are allowed to go to your church or your temple or your mosque or wherever you go all you want to, whether we agree with it or not. The problem is Ken Ham pushes way past the line. He tries to teach kids his YEC stuff. He's doing all the tax shenanigans. And then, of course, they promote rampant bigotry against lots of folks.
Right, and they're using the Ark to train police and police dogs, and having all these governmental functions take place at the Ark Encounter. And I'm not positive on this. What's his name? Dan would be a good guy to talk to. Dan Phelps would be a good guy to talk to about this one. But what it seems what they did, because this was all tied up in court for a while, and the state, Grant County actually tried to revoke those tax rebates that they had given to Ken Ham, and the court said that they have to be open to everybody, including, Ken Ham. So they made him give them back the tax rebates. Well, the big argument is they weren't doing the things they promised, and it was this, it ended up being this big horrendous thing that teaches pseudoscience, and so they were mad that taxes weren't being paid to the emergency services and stuff. Well, now there was some kind of deal made where AIG and Ken Ham gave like some lump sum of money, or gives a lump sum of money yearly to those agencies. And I wonder if all of the conventions and stuff that they do there aren't part of that agreement. But either way, I think it still kind of stinks of a separation of church and state problem, right? I mean, I don't. You have the state subsidizing creation nonsense pseudoscience. Like, that's, I mean,
and he's branching out all over too. I mean, he bought the old Toyota building for to put his school in. So he's doing a K through 12 school now. It was only K through 8. Now he's expanded it. And
they're part owners of all the hotels and stuff down there too.
Yep. And then he's also opened these little franchises in a couple other states too. So there's these little
No, AIG's huge. Like,
he's spreading that out, and it's like, it's very worrisome.
So anyway, our fella in the video here, he says, of all the things going on in the world, these people are out here protesting God. Well, here's the problem, bub. Of all the things going on in the world right now, most of them seem to be caused by your folks. Like, it's we have a religious war and genocide, multiple genocides going on over in the Middle East right now. Israel's just bombing the shit out of everybody, like just bombing everybody. So of all the things going on in the world right now, in America especially, it's the religious right that are causing the problems. It's not immigrants or black people, and it's certainly not the LGBTQ community, which
it's the same about 30% that with the whole C thing going around and not getting their shots, not wearing the masks. I mean, that was the number one thing they talked about at Ken Ham's page was, do I have to wear a mask if I come there? And and then the same group, climate, voted for Trump. All the things always seem to be the same about 30%. It over and over again.
It's whenever we look at what the cause of all these things going on today are, like, just last year we had a great economy, and while we had a lot of problems and stuff, especially on social issues going on in this country, and we have a ton of bigotry and misogyny and hate and racism and all that fucking awful shit that makes up the religious right. While we have all that stuff, like, things were, at least progressing. They're not now. We're not progressing now. And that's your guys' fault. That's not us. That's not us that down there supporting our First Amendment rights and talking about breaches of the separation of church and state clause. That's not us causing problems. That's us pointing out the problems you're causing. like, get your shit straight, bub. You don't even know what we were doing there. You sent somebody to infiltrate and never did know what we were even doing. And this guy's name is Joel, I believe. Joel, if you happen to see this, and I'll leave a little note for you that I made this video so you can come back and watch it. But Joel, if you want to come and I'll explain exactly what we were doing to you, and you explain to me exactly why you were hiding in the weeds shooting video of us and sending people to infiltrate. Because I imagine that your answer is going to be a lot more militant than mine. I'll tell you what we were doing if you want to tell me what you were doing. So we can go ahead and play the little end of this here, because I like what he says at the end.
They're protesting. How dumb you gotta be. Protesters at the Ark. Well, as close as the Ark could let them get. Look there, there's a Tesla right in the middle of it all.
Not a Tesla.
I'm not a Tesla conspiracist, I just thought that was funny.
The Tesla is Jim's car, by the way.
Anyway, when y'all get out of church, grab your crosses and Bibles and come down here and set these folks straight.
All right. You can drop it now. So, grab your crosses and Bibles, folks. Had a bunch of people showed up with crosses and Bibles, my ass probably would have left.
Well, that's the same thing Hovind said, right? He's gonna come learn all them atheists, and he didn't show up either. So,
well, let me.
Now there was a couple people that talked to us, and they were civil, and we were civil, and they just said, "What's going on?" We said, "This is what's going on." So
yeah,
it wasn't a problem.
No, there was some very friendly people. There was all kinds of great people there.
Yeah, we don't want to make it like it was, this was the norm. Many of the vehicles that went by honked and waved, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was just, you got a few with the middle finger and peeling out and blowing their diesel smoke and, those kind of things. But, what I did? I waved at them too.
Okay, so let me drop this on the desktop so I can find it easier. And let me
but it definitely would have been a better video if he'd have said, oh, even if he would have said, what are those idiots doing over there? You know what? I'm going to go find out. I mean, it's only across the street, and just come walk up and say, what are you doing?
Well, it's not like we were over there like waving pitchforks or anything,
No. It was a friendly crowd. Everybody was smiling and hugging, and it was, we were all happy to be meeting each other and everything. So that's me. See how hot I was? Look at my shirt.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me why I had my hair greased back. I was like, that was all natural there. That was Mother Nature slicking my hair back.
Yeah. So this isn't the guy that busted his chin. This is the one during the march up the hill and back. This is, but yeah, there's Dave. Golly, Dave.
It was hot, man. It was hot.
It was hot out there.
My shirt was soaked. There he is.
There it is. There's that Christian love. You guys want an example of Christian love? There you go.
All right.
He has autism, that truck's so bad.
Okay.
He needs
space.
Hey, you want me to come pick you up? You want me to come pick you up in a car? Get you some air conditioning?
Please do.
Do me a favor. Just take you some big deep breaths in through your nose. And...
All right, so what's going on here? And I'll show you the rest of it. But there was an autistic guy going up the hill. It was Seth, wasn't it? Wasn't it the other Seth guy? Isn't that who went down?
The one that went down was Pastor Anderson's nephew.
Right, Seth. Yeah, the guy you brought over and introduced to me.
No, I didn't. He had long dark hair.
The one that used to work there.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No.
So anyway,
he was they whatever had a black skirt on and long black hair, and they were out by the road with a sign.
Yeah.
They went marching up and down there with us. I don't know, she, they, whatever. It was marching, and then that's the one that got the lungful and was sitting on the ground, and that's how I started putting two and two together that somebody was saying Pastor Anderson's nephew was there, and that was Pastor Anderson's nephew. I don't know the person's name.
So Stephen Anderson, hate pastor from Tennessee, his nephew was walking with us at the Ark protest.
Who is a Christian,
was going with us up the hill. This black truck that just drove by, and I'll show you a picture of the truck in a second, but this black truck that drove by revved his motor and blowing coal on him as they was walking up the road to go protest. This is the same guy that filmed the video. That's Joel. That's him in that truck. That's his truck. So he drove by and did this, and Stephen Anderson, Christian nephew, had a panic attack, right? And had to sit down on the ground, and you know, it was hot, and that didn't help things any. And so this Christian is driving by being an asshole doing shitty things, and meanwhile it's the atheist over here on the side of the road helping the Christian that he scared the shit out of and is now having a panic attack, right? I mean, who is showing the empathy here? Who is it's just, I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly, but like it's just a good example of Christians behaving badly while atheists are trying to stand up for their rights too. I don't know Stephen Anderson's nephew, but his uncle's a piece of shit. So,
well, supposedly the nephew is a Christian, but doesn't like what Anderson or Ken Ham make Christianity out to be, or give it a black eye, or however they word it. So they were there supporting that, even, like I say, being a Christian, that, Pat Robertson even said it, about Ken Ham, you're making us look silly, right? So, so that, and the irony of it all is that really the one person that, got put down for a minute trying to catch their breath and everything, was the Christian in the group. So, good job.
Yeah. Way to go, bud. Way to go. We'll play a little bit more of this. We may not play all of it.
Although I'll tell you what, though, I was pretty close to going down. I mean, you see how wet my shirt was and everything.
At this point, I'm already sitting at the top of the hill where you guys are walking to. I'm up there sitting in a car, and I don't get out of the car. I went up there and I had a sign and everything, and was coming up there with everybody. And I got up there, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna have to just stay in the car, man. I'm just too hot, and
we were at our limit. We were.
it was very, very hot, so that wasn't helping things, And dude here, went down on us.
That's what I did. As soon as we walked back, that was, I said, hey, goodbye, everybody. And I said, where's Joe? And they said, Joe's, about done with the heat. That's what you said. He was sitting in the car. And I was like, I just said, hey, me too. Good to see everybody, but we want to get out of Dodge. And I went back to the car, took my soggy shirt off and put a dry one on and got in the air conditioning. And oh my, it was so wonderful to get some cool air and just not be sweating after doing it for how many hours.
Well, I was sitting, whenever I got in the car and rode up there, the air conditioner was on and hitting me. And when the air conditioner started hitting me and I still wasn't cooling off any, I was just sitting there pouring the sweat and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to take a minute, guys.
Yeah, I put away a Gatorade, and then I got another one when I got in the car. Yeah, and I was just sitting there for a minute, pounding the Gatorade before I got on the highway, just to make sure I wasn't, lightheaded or anything.
My cardiologist said, I should probably try to avoid being out in the sun when it's over 85 degrees. And it was a good bit over that day. But I was in the shade most of the time, so I was sitting still in the shade. It wasn't too bad. When I got up and started running around doing things, though, that's when I got too hot.
Yeah, and I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I was just standing around talking to people. And you see, my shirt was soaked. It wasn't like I was working or anything. We're just standing there sweating. It was that hot.
Most of what I was doing was just talking to people, too. But it was, trying to, get everything going and get everybody doing what they were, what we were supposed to be doing. I was trying to run the protest, like the show part of it anyway. And yeah, but anyway, we'll play a couple more seconds of this. I might not play all this. It depends on where it goes.
Car, we'll get some AC and I'll ride you back, okay? You're good. Hang on right there. So,
yeah, I'm going to cut that off and I'll let, because that's Ambushed Apostate. That's his video and stuff, and I'll let him, put that up and do what he's going to do with it. If you want to check it out, go over there to Seth's channel, Ambushed Apostate, and subscribe. Maybe do the same for Dave, too. Dave will have an excellent show on here in about an hour and 20 minutes. And whenever we're done here, everyone will be forwarded over to there. So check out Saturday Night at the Atheist Tonight with Dave. And make sure you subscribe and like the video while you're over there, too. What are you all talking about tonight, Dave?
We've got another bad apologist that's going to teach his audience how to talk to atheists. And in fact, it's let me pull the thing here. It is I got my notes here. It is Engaging the Atheist. That's what it's called, and the guy's name is Eli.
Cool. And you all probably have Mike and Simos and what's his name? Oh shit, I can't remember his name.
Brainless?
No, the other one.
It's Brainless, Mike, Scott, and
Scott.
Simos. Yeah. No, Scott. Well, Scott said he's busy with something with his son today.
Yeah.
So he probably won't make it. And Mike's got something. He said he might have to drop out early. So it might just be Brainless and Simos. I haven't heard from Brainless, but I did hear from Simos. So either way, I mean, if it's just me and Simos, we've done that before. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see. We manage. We always and sometimes somebody else will drop in. Leo will drop in or something, and we always manage to have a panel for Saturdays.
Yeah. So I'm going to promote a little something here that was at the Ark Encounter protest that maybe people didn't get to see, and hopefully this doesn't screw up because of the camera. Let's see. So right here. It says by Judy Jewell, all men are assholes, all women are bitches. A humorous look at the differences between men and women. It's a funny thing. The Dan Dorson, who wrote the book Addicted to Bullshit, which I've talked about, Dave has right there. I've got a copy right here within reach too. That's an awesome reference book, isn't it, Dave?
I haven't read it yet. I just got it at the protest, and then I was covering Deconverted Man's book, but it's sitting here. It's next on my list.
Yeah, that book though, like I did read the whole book, but also it's a good book. Like whenever you have somebody who comes on and talks about some particular type of woo or whatever, like you can just look through it real fast and find that And
we just covered
yeah.
this Logic and Morals by Dan Green, also known as Deconverted Man.
Yeah,
I just covered that on my channel. Mike and I got his book, so
yeah,
it's a good read too. Deconverted Man's no slouch.
yeah. Definitely pick up Deconverted Man's book also. But so Dan Dorson and Judy Jewell came and set up a table at the Ark protest. And how I know Dan is whenever I very first started my channel, Dan contacted me through email. I was even using the Kentucky Atheist email. Yeah, I was using my personal email account. And Dan contacted me through email and said, "Hey, can I send you a free copy of my book?" He said, "You don't have to like talk about it, or I'm not asking you to do anything." He said, "I just want to send you a free copy of my book. Maybe it would be useful to you." And it has been. And I've used that book, like I've got 2 of them now because the newer one's an updated version that has some more stuff in it. So it's something that I've used a lot while doing this show to like reference different silly pseudoscience things that people bring up, so I can have a more informed conversation with them about it. It's been really great for that stuff. And so definitely Judy Jewell and Dane Dorson. They also print a number of books about wildlife and stuff in West Virginia, which is where they're from. And if you've never been to West Virginia is a poor state, an uneducated state, an unemployed state. It's not a very great place, but it's a very beautiful place with mountains and a lot of scenery and stuff. And
There's a picture of Dan.
Yeah, there's Dan right there. I should have took more pictures at the thing, but I was so concentrated on doing things that I didn't take any pictures.
I was surprised I got as many as I did because I knew I missed some people, and I tried to just turn around with video, to catch anybody I missed. Because again, it was so hot. It was, you just weren't thinking clearly. And I'm like, I took a picture with Seth twice, so that just goes to show. I was like, "Oh, hey, come here," and it's like I had already done that. So, that was our our minds were not working all that great. So I was impressed. I got what I did, and I don't know what I was saying in the middle of that picture, but
so
I was saying something.
In other big news, I've already spoke to Jim and Chrissy and the Tri-State Freethinkers and a couple other people about next year's protests. We've already started, talking about some different things and stuff and what we want to do and everything and future projects with Jim and Chrissy and the Tri-State Freethinkers. And I'm going to be going forward. I am like associated with the Tri-State Freethinkers. I'll be working with them on all their stuff and promoting and doing fundraisers and things to help projects that they're working on, whatever they have coming up. But definitely we're already going towards the Ark Encounter protest next year. We've already, funding is already in the bag and taken care of. At least, I don't want to say it that way. Funding is already, like I've already gotten sponsors and things like that. And there is going to be a nonprofit tied to it this time. The Tri-State Freethinkers is a nonprofit organization. So we will be doing actual fundraisers for the event this year. And they've given me permission to speak on their behalf and use their imagery and go out there and set this thing up in their name again. So only this time they're going to back it too. This past time, it was, you can do it if you want. We'll give you the stuff, but we don't want to have to do anything. We'll come to it and all that, but we don't want to have to do it because it's a big job. And that's why we quit doing it to the 10th anniversary. So next year's the 10th anniversary edition of the Ark Encounter protest. And I learned a lot this year, and we're going to make a big show of it, guys. It's going to be something else. Like if you enjoyed coming to it this year, come next year. I promise you it's going to be different. I've already got a lot of things I looked at and thought about and ideas and stuff like that. I just had to kind of set through this one and observe and figure out what it is, how to do this right, because I have no experience. This was my experience in setting up something like this, and it was very valuable. And I have Jim, who is a marketing guru and Chrissy and Carlos and the people on the board of the Tri-State Freethinkers. I've got those guys helping me now, and we're gonna throw a really good one next year. So, by all means, if you enjoyed it, come back next year. It will be the final Ark Encounter protest in this format, anyway. After this, the Tri-State Freethinkers are talking about not doing it at all anymore. They've done it for 10 years, and I'm going off to start my own event somewhere else. But what I'm going to attempt to do, the plan is, and I will be starting my own nonprofit organization to back this, and a community group here that goes out and does community work projects and gets together and has meetings, and people can talk and things like that, and have speakers and stuff come in and talk to everybody and all that. I'm going to do that here where I live and get that set up. And then the idea is going to be to try and get funding to travel to other places and do the same thing in places that need things like this. Probably starting with rural Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. Going and finding atheists among all the crazy-ass creationists here, and letting them know that there's more of us out there, and that if you want to talk to some people or whatever, here's the group. It probably won't be I haven't thought of a name yet. It's not going to be Atheist anything, though. I've learned my lesson on that. It's secular or something, or it'll have some good name, but I haven't got there yet. That's I'm going to begin working on those and like getting people to meet up and do projects and stuff like that over the next year and a half or so that at least by the goal is before the 2 years is up to have this up and going and be a formidable thing. So you'll see me working a lot on that, and again, I'll be over on the other channel too, some political stuff. We're just now getting all of the art and intros and all that crap set up for that. I don't know if that other channel is going to let me live stream right away. I doubt it. So I may have to put up some recorded things or whatever first, talking about some stuff. But maybe I'll premiere them and go hang out in the chat or something like that. So it's still a live video. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I've had to, I've had some time to sit and think about how I wanted to approach this and what exactly it is that I'm trying to do and what I want to do. And I think that's the avenue for it. Now, hopefully, as far as YouTube goes, I can document these things that I'm doing along the way, put them on the channel, and there's, like people can see that stuff too. And still do some of the same old stuff and whatever, but like, I want to take a look at some of the horrible, despicable actions of some of these apologists, though, that some of these larger apologists on YouTube and out there in the world that are behaving badly, and talk about how they're dishonest, how they're lying to you, how they're doing other things behind the scenes that you don't see. So yeah, but this week, though, what's going on this week, right? NanoCon's coming up, right?
You've got NanoCon next week, and then BajaCon is in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. So there's lots of stuff going on for anybody that does want to get involved in things now.
I don't think somebody said Deconverted Man is the guy that said all Christians are stupid. I don't think that's Deconverted Man.
Yeah.
Deconverted Man used to be a Christian, so I don't know why you would say that. I think that's a little bit out of context, because Deconverted Man wrote a whole book about his deconversion.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. I've read it, and he's got a couple chapters, I think, just about not holding ill will to people, still friendly with his pastor, all these kind of things in his book. Read it for yourself. Caught between an infinite hope and a finite despair. All of Dan Green's books are on Amazon. It doesn't sound like the Deconverted Man that wrote this book.
That's his whole way of doing things is opposite to to things like that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it does sound like him. Maybe it was somebody with a similar name or something.
Or it was out of context of it, because Deconverted Man will break things out, and he will steal man, he'll all them kind of things. So, but I don't think
he's silly as fuck too, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, he's loud, he's funny, but yeah, again, he's no slouch. So yeah, read between the lines. I think you missed something there.
Yeah, but Deconverted Man, I mean, like, I think there was something recently where he had a bad take or whatever about something, and he even went back and apologized about that. And Deconverted, I mean, it was a mistake, and he pointed that out, and we moved on, and everybody's happy. But Deconverted,
and that happens. You can say something, and have to clarify it, and that
when
happens.
I talk to him, though, I'll ask him about that. If he was in Arn Ra's chat saying Christians are stupid, you'll see him before I do, Dave.
I talk to him all the time, so I will ask him what it was exactly. I'm guessing it's out of context.
Right. But yeah, but I mean, if he did say that, I would be interested to hear why he said it, because Deconverted Man's a thoughtful guy who thinks about things and is very good with logic and philosophy and stuff. And if he did say that, I would be interested to hear his explanation of why. But
it had to be in like a direct reference to a specific thing, because again, I don't know why you would call himself stupid. He used to be a devout Christian, so that it just sounds funny.
If you want to dig through my channel and find me saying something stupid or silly or wrong, it can be done.
Me too. Sometimes
things.
Yeah, and it's like, I shouldn't have said that. Sometimes, things aren't exactly PC, and it's like, but as long as you correct yourself, we've talked about it before, Joe, that it's not intentional. It's just a slip of the tongue. It's when you double down on it that it becomes a problem. And we know some of the folks that have doubled down on things when they should have just said, sorry.
Well,
right? I'm sorry.
Aside from the whole co-host thing, the original thing that happened was the Thomas Sheedy thing, right? And he got over on all of us. It wasn't just me. But I apologize for spreading his info and stuff, because he came and misrepresented who he was and what his organization stands for and all that stuff. And I even said during that video, though, I said, I think it's pretty weird. I've never met anybody that's on the fence about every subject, and doesn't give you a direct answer about it, doesn't have an opinion about anything.
Well, he had his sales pitch down. He's good at it, and he just talked a good game, and we were all like, oh, okay, nice to meet you, or whatever. And then then immediately people started saying, wait a minute. Did you see some of this stuff? It's like,
most of what I've apologized for is other people's behavior on my platform, not because I have to, but because I have a responsibility to the people that come and support this channel and buy memberships and watch my videos and
want to have a good time, right? We don't. The buzzkill just ruins a good time. So you gotta nip it in the bud.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't put up with that shit. I blocked Lupin a long time ago over racist remarks about the Little Mermaid of all things during one of my streams. I've had to kick people and stuff and apologize for other people's behavior a number of times. But yeah.
Well, there's been a few of them. You kind of just laugh them off, but then you hear some of the things they've done, and then it's like, okay, well, it's not funny anymore. So
yeah. But you know what? I had started out and I put out a video that was like a review of some of the stuff to do with the Ark protests and stuff. And as soon as I talked for like 20, 30 minutes, then I privated that video and it doesn't exist anymore. But and I haven't really talked about it. I haven't put the videos up on my channel at all. I'm not, I want it to be very clear that I'm not trying to benefit from this in any way. I don't care about that. I care about, that it happened, that we were able to do it. It needed to happen. I live in Kentucky and it's a thing here, and I appreciate everybody coming to stand up for the rights of people in Kentucky.
And I was overdue. I said, Ken Ham has been my nemesis ever since I heard about creationism. It was because of Ken Ham. So it's got to be 30, 40 years. So I was overdue to go there and hold my sign up and say, bad Ken Ham.
Yeah. 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 Ken Ham is something else. And I've got a video, since we didn't get to go through the Ark Encounter. Maybe I imagine you're going to drop out here real soon, Dave. It's 4:00.
I got a few minutes.
But I've got a video of Ken Ham walking through the Ark Encounter, explaining things his way, which I think would be like, for me, like if I wanted to go through the Ark Encounter, I want Ken Ham to take me and explain it, right? Like, so I didn't get to go in the Ark Encounter. I wasn't going to give him money to go in the Ark Encounter. I was expecting maybe to have some free passes, but I don't think that worked out. And so, you know, I didn't go in there. But you know, this way I can take a look at it and show exactly what's inside and talk about it, even though I've done it before. I haven't done the whole thing like this, but it's like an hour-long video of Ken Ham walking through, explaining everything without any pushback or anything, you know. So I can break down exactly where he's lying to people at, and
that my only thought would have been, you know, to get out of the heat and get into the air conditioning for a minute, because I've seen so many people have taken tours and posted videos. Gutsy Gibbon went, Seth and Matt Delahunty went, I think, to the Creation Museum, if not both. Yeah. And of course, when Bill and I went through the Ark, there was Aaron Ra. If you pay attention, he was walking around right with them. So there's quite a few videos if you want to see them.
Yeah, and those guys got in with the exact free passes that I'm talking about. They didn't pay to support that place. They got in for free. The guy that was supposed to show up with them that didn't, or he wasn't supposed to show up. We thought
it was a maybe. It was a maybe. You can't count on free stuff.
We knew if he showed up, he had passes for us, but he didn't show up. His name's Tony, but he's connected with AIG and all that. And but anyway, and I know that there's been videos done of the stuff in the Ark Encounter, but it's been a while, and I think that just to keep focus on it, I'm going to give my take on it. And I can do this without supporting them in any way. So since I did the protest and things and all that, put it all together and let me talk about my feelings on the Magic Zoo boat and what exactly is going on there, you know.
And see, I've got more to talk about now. So I think I had a Ken Ham and a Calvin from Canada. Both the other night, and I was talking about Rebecca talking about the Joe Rogan, Mel Gibson thing. So I've had lots of opportunity to throw in, you know, the Magic Zoo boat and everything. And this is why we protested, right? And I can so I've got that to throw in now. This is exactly why we went and protested.
All right. So here's what I would say to you, Limited Light. I don't know. Again, like, I'm not saying that he didn't say it. I'm just saying, you know, if he did, it doesn't sound like him. And, you know, I think he would be the best person to talk to about that.
I'll ask him. I've asked him about stuff before. I've heard things floating around and he cleared up. No, that's not what happened. And so I'll have no problem asking him.
Can you get a hold of him directly? Like, do you have some kind of instant messaging or text number or something?
No, I just got his email.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, tell him to come join us real quick and see if he will. But yeah, that's all right. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I believe you. I'm just saying that doesn't sound like him, and I would be interested in an explanation of why, because I have a feeling it's not as it appears on the surface. That's just from my experiences of knowing deconverted man. We're getting into the second hour here, folks. All of my videos are going to be 2 hours long now, exactly, no longer, because it won't let me go any longer.
Right, I dropped him an email.
Okay, yeah, and if you did, you post the link for this? I was going to say,
Right.
just go ahead. It's all right.
I told him we were over here.
Yeah. So we're in the second hour, so I'm going to roll a doobie. But the Ark Encounter was awesome, man, and it was really cool to get to, because a lot of times I do this and stuff, and I know some of you all have, like, you hear my family in the background sometimes. You'll hear my kid come in and talk, or Laura come in and ask me something, or whatever. I know that happens sometimes on here, and a lot of you that know me and visit the channel often and stuff that were there got to meet both my 6-year-old and my baby's mama girlfriend of 12 years. Yeah, that was really cool, getting to like mix those two things a little bit, getting to hang out with my family and getting to meet everybody, and
they got to meet Mrs. Desk too. I had my missus there, so
yeah,
they got to meet Mrs. Desk.
I met Dave's wife over at Jim's house, and she was like, "Hi, Joe," and I was like, "Do I know you?" I didn't make the connection at first, and she was like, "Yeah, you talk to Dave, and sometimes I'm there," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know.
Every once in a while, you'll hear her say hi from the background.
Yeah. She, you know, but I got to meet her, and I talked to her a little bit, and it was really cool though, getting to come and mingle with everybody and talk and stuff, and meet a lot of people and things. I was over at Jim's. Everybody was around talking and stuff, and I was carrying shit from the storage room downstairs up and outside, and either to the garage or the
What's
the
Joe
car.
doing?
I was working my ass off. I was carrying chairs and cones and all tables and all kinds of shit, and everybody was talking, and your wife just looked at me and was like, gave me a sad face, like, "Yeah, that sucks. You're having to carry all that shit," because I was struggling a bit with it. But that was I got done carrying the stuff, and I was down there. I was talking to Jim for a minute. Godless Engineer walks up to me, and he's like, "Hey, man," he's like, "I really want to get a selfie with you." And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "You want a selfie with me?" I said, I need a selfie with you. But yeah, he came over and took a picture with me, and I talked to John for a little bit and stuff, and just a really nice, awesome guy. I'll have John come on here pretty soon and talk. I talked about, I even brought up to Jess the other day about me contacting the line and seeing if they'd let me come do a show with them.
I got my wife started with John because I mentioned something about his patch on his arm, because my son has the same thing for his diabetes. And so I had mentioned it that, yeah, I said, I pointed out to my son, I said, "Hey, he's got the same patch on his arm you do, you know." And so then they were talking about the patches for a few minutes. That was my fault, John. But they were very nice and everything. So.
Got to meet John the Skeptic too. He'll actually be here in Ashland, in my hometown, next week, right before NanoCon. He'll be here Thursday, and the plan is to hopefully get together and go have lunch or dinner or something, and whatever. But so I get to hang out with him twice this month. But I mean, you know, the Skeptic, he's also in Kentucky, so he's not really that far from me, but he'll be in Ashland, so we're gonna try and hang out. Speedy Romans. I really, really, really wanted to go to the Ark protest, but I have too many responsibilities around here. But it's okay. My sister needs me right now, and that's just fine. Oh yeah, I wish you could have been there, Speedy. I would have loved to have had you. And maybe you know, maybe you make it to an event in the future, and you know, I hope to meet you sometime. You've been around this channel for quite some time, in and out, I think. And yeah, I'd love to meet you sometime. But we had everybody had a great time, didn't they, Dave? It was fucking awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a school reunion or something, because a lot of us have, we've known each other for a number of years, and then seeing each other was like, it's kind of like you already knew each other, So yeah, it was that very friendly atmosphere of turning around and you recognize each other, because it's not just well, some of the folks aren't on camera very much, but most of us are. So yeah, I mean, as soon as I walked in the house, Chris is like, Dave, and somebody else is like, Dave, and it's like, hey, and yeah, so it was it's hard to describe other than like old friends. That's what it was like. Yeah.
I tried to get Chris Mallard killed, I guess.
Sent him to the wrong house.
Sent him to the wrong house, and he said, I hear people in there talking, and I was like, yeah, just come on in, man. And I'd given him the wrong address.
I called Joe, and I was like, I think I'm standing right in front of the house, but I'm going to call Joe and have him stick his head out just in case. And sure enough, yeah, he sticks his head out, and I'm standing right there across the street, and I was like, okay, this is the right one.
Yeah. Well, what had happened was we were coming into town, and there was a mix-up with the generator and the U-Haul truck and all that stuff about when we could pick those things up. And I had to go pick up the generator early, and it was at 300 something there. And the house, the Airbnb, was at 221 Cynthiana Street. And so I got confused. And whenever Chris called me while I was in the middle of carrying stuff in the house, literally. And so he was like, what's the address? And I was like, I think it's 300. And I had been, looking at addresses the whole trip there and stuff. So I told him the wrong one, and he said he could hear people in there like cussing and stuff. But and I said no. I said, just come on in. I said, that's just us. We're in here putting stuff up. Maybe we're just joking around and cussing or something. And I was like, hold on a minute. I'll walk out. I'll come get you. And I walked outside, and he wasn't there. And
the wife was using the app the whole time, that tells you about traffic slowdowns and where the fuzz are and everything. Well, so after I called you, I said, just pull the address off my phone, and then she just punched it right into that thing. So it took us, and we were parked almost right there at the house. So it's pretty darn accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It was fine whenever I was using that, but I was already inside. And
always double check. Yeah, always double check.
Yeah, lesson learned. I won't try to kill Chris, at least that way. Anyway. But you had a generator given to you, but you need to fix the engine. I shouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah. Yeah, we had to go rent a generator. It was like, I don't know. I think it was like $70 a day to rent the generator that I got. It was a nice generator. And tell her I said hi, Dave, and tell Laura I said hello, Joe. Okay, will do.
Will do, Robin.
But where we rented it, because we were going to use it on a Sunday, I picked it up Saturday and didn't have to take it back till we were leaving on Monday, because they weren't open Sunday, but only had to pay for a 1-day rental. And and that thing never did run out of gas, did it? It ran the whole time.
Yeah.
But so we had to do that. And then the U-Haul truck, because the generator place was closing 30 minutes earlier than I thought, the U-Haul truck canceled our reservation for it because we were 30 minutes late getting there to get it. Even though it was a ride share thing, you just go pick it up. Nobody's there. Like, you just go pick it up and take pictures of it, and that's it. And because we were 30 minutes late, they canceled that. And so Ambushed Apostate and Karisu met me at the place for the generator and loaded it up and took it to the house. We were going to get the truck, but because they canceled it, we ended up going to the house first anyway. And then I didn't think I was going to need the U-Haul truck. And, my helper left halfway through the protest with his truck that was carrying everything. So I ended up having to rent a U-Haul truck afterwards and leave people sitting there with the stage, and that all ended up being a fucking mess. But we got it done.
It all worked out, yeah. And you're gonna have problems. That's part of what you got to learn to deal with, is things not going right. So
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got to do? We got to, if you need another generator, then you get on the phone, you get another generator. Well, that's like me. I started the day my car wouldn't start. I had my car all loaded, all packed, ready to go, cooler in the trunk, got some beverages in there, all good to go, right? Get in the car, wouldn't start. So what am I going to do? Well, after I got done cussing, rolled up to the corner, got a new battery, because, what are you going to do? You got to get a new battery. But like Mike said, though, could have been worse. I could have been halfway to Kentucky, and the battery could have died on me. And
no doubt.
So I guess all in all, being dead in the driveway was probably better.
Yeah, no, I agree. I found out then instead of when you're on the way or stuck here or whatever, Of course, if you would have got stuck here, I could have helped you out with that, but that wouldn't have been a problem. But the, car stuff sucks. Hey, I have an even bigger problem. I don't even get to deal with any of that. I ain't even got a fucking car.
Well, the thing that sucked too was my wife's car was last in the driveway because we were going to roll out, right? So the other cars and my truck are all up in the driveway, right? Because we're going to go out of town. So the car that don't start's blocking up the driveway. So I also had to get it out of gear and push it out front because, I'm like, that was something else I was cussing about. I'm like, I got all these vehicles and I can't drive anything because they're all stuck in the driveway behind the dead one.
That was the problem, Dave. You didn't try praying. Speedy points out here, you should have tried praying.
I know.
So
laid my hands on it.
Yeah.
I gave it the finger. I mean, it should have understood, right?
You should have laid your hands on it and whispered sweet nothings to Jesus so that he would come into your car. And whatever. Should have tried praying. No, I'm glad you ended up making it because, there was a couple people that I didn't think were coming that at the last minute were like, hey, I'm going to be there. Dave was like, I got my hotel room. I bought a shirt. I'm coming. And I was like, hell yeah, Dave.
That was the thing. Yeah. I'm like, I'm ready to go and my car won't start. It's just, it's just like, oh, don't do this to me, But it was just a battery. It could have been, something major. It was just a battery. And otherwise, we drove all the way there on about a half a tank of gas. So we did really good on gas.
We only sold like 3 of those shirts. And but those were nice shirts, weren't they? Those were cool shirts.
That's a souvenir, and my mug I got from Dade, and then my book I got as well. So I got numerous souvenirs.
Yeah, I wanted to get a shirt and have all the speakers and stuff sign it, and then do a giveaway for it on the channel, but I forgot. Sorry. I forgot. I don't know if you know this or not, but I haven't been YouTubing it much lately. I've been kind of chilling and doing the Ark thing and all that, and took a break and everything. And now I'm getting back into things. This Saturday 3 to 5 slot is probably where I'm going to live for a little bit. I like it here. Everybody's off on the weekends. Well, not everybody.
Said they had
more off and can make it. And it's whatever. I think I'm going to live here for a little bit. So
Seth said they started a journey with a dead battery too. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, the idea was I said, well, let's replace the battery before last winter, right? Because you don't want to be stuck in the middle of winter with a dead battery either. And we had paid the car off, so I figured, well, the batteries, the original batteries, and so we should probably replace the battery because 5 years is pushing it on a battery, right? So just got the new battery. It wasn't brand new, but last fall we got the battery. So I wasn't even thinking battery or anything, and they're all, they're non-maintenance and everything, they're all sealed and everything. So And it's a little, those smaller engine cars usually aren't that bad on the battery. It's just not a lot of draw starting them or anything like that. Usually they last a while. But it just gave up the ghost just like that.
Yeah, they do that.
Sometimes it just breaks.
It gets cold where you live too, so that's hard on them. The
hottest days and the coldest days were always the busiest when I worked in a garage.
Yeah.
The phone would ring off the hook. Everybody's battery, starter, alternator, they all go belly up when it's hot or cold.
Yeah. So I'm also going to start a mailing list thing, and I haven't got it set up yet, so hold off. Don't try send. I mean, you can send stuff to the Kentucky Atheist at Gmail by all means. But I'm going to try and set up a mailing list thing. And one of the things that I didn't really get to promote at the art protest that I want to do is have something where people can find out about things in their area and upcoming events and stuff like that. And so I'm going to get an email list of people that I can, send stuff to about upcoming events. And then anybody that wants to know about, groups or things going on in their area with, non-religious stuff, secular groups, atheist groups, whatever, even other stuff that's related. I'm going to find that information and get it out to those people too, through my web of folks that I have to ask. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on doing that too. But yeah, hopefully at the next event I can see some more of you. Hopefully you guys that all come again, and we can add to it and get some more people there. Who knows?
I don't see deconverted man, but I'll watch for him and I'll ask him about that.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. You got to go.
Yeah, I got to go. I got to get my stuff set up. So thanks for having me on, Joe. Always fun talking with you. It was so great meeting. Joe was the first one that I got a big hug from. As soon as he come out, he goes, "Come here, Dave."
Dave slipped me $100 while nobody was looking. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. And I actually told you to keep it at first, but I ended up. The only reason I took it is because I gave part of it to Jess. That's the only reason I took it. But I did. It was all 20s, so we had to do 60-40. But I split it with Jess.
If I had it like that, I would have helped you out more. I know you had a lot of stuff going on and everything, and figured you could at least have dinner on me. Right?
I'm a survivor, bro.
That's right. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for the show. Everybody, come on over Saturday night at the Atheist.
Everybody will be coming over. You will see.
All right, we'll see everybody shortly then. All right, yeah. Take care, everybody. We'll see you then.
I will force feed them to your channel.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave. Okay. Great to see you.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. So Dave's great. And yeah, at the end of this ends at 5:00, and everybody will be automatically sent over to Dave's channel for Saturday night at the Atheist, where they're gonna make fun of some apologist nonsense. But yeah, it was great getting to see everybody down there and stuff. Had an awesome time. I'll post a link here in chat if anybody else wants to join. You can. You don't have to. I don't care. I could talk for 40 minutes without it. Plus, I've got other stuff we could actually watch too. But yeah, I wanted to take a look at those videos today of the guy hiding in the weeds across the street and using terms like infiltrate and not understanding at all what we were doing. And instead of asking us, just straw manning the whole thing and deciding that he believes that we're over there because we think genocide and incest are currently going on at the Ark Encounter, and that we're out there protesting God. That because of education, first of all, and the need to have what we call the atheist community, like normalized so that, people don't immediately think we're up to something bad. To normalize that and stuff, we got to keep doing things like these and in-person events and interacting with people and working with groups where we can. And I understand financially that some people can't do that. To be honest with you, I can't do that. The only way that I'm able to do what I do was with a lot of help from this community for the people that made donations and stuff, which was awesome. And I've sent them personal thank yous, but thank you to everyone that donated to us pulling this off and stuff. I will have obviously stuff like that put up for next year. It'll be up here very soon. And there will be a nonprofit tied to it this time. So all donations will go through the nonprofit organization. But you can donate to me and that's where I'm going to put it too. The Tri-State Freethinkers have, said, do what you need to do. And you can use our name and stuff as you want to promote this and things. And we'll help you with the organizing and getting some people there. And they're going to help with, as much as they can. We're going to work together. I say they're going to help, but we're going to do it. I'm going to do it with them again. Only this time they're going to be more hands-on. They had done it for years and was kind of tired of doing it. And so, Jim had told me like, hey, I don't care to consult or help you, like, or if I can reach out to somebody or whatever, like, I don't care to do that. I would love to do it. But we don't want to have to like actually physically put on this protest because it's a lot of work and Chrissy did it by herself last year and all that stuff. And so, they didn't really do much, just was there for me to talk to if I needed to. And I did. I had many long conversations with Jim. Me and Jim are I consider us to be good friends now. We've talked about religion and business things and personal life stuff and everything. I've talked to Jim about a lot, and he's a really great guy. Jim has, if anything, probably Jim is the person that I am, like when I want to go travel to these other places and set up things and do events in other places. When I say that, it's very much modeled on what Jim did in the past with American Atheists. Jim traveled around the country setting up atheist groups in various cities and towns and going to other events and speaking at all kinds of things that were related to religion and that weren't. And so that's kind of the direction that I'm going with it. But yeah, going to do some other stuff. It'll be a while before I can get into doing much other than the YouTube stuff. Next year, for sure, we'll do the Ark Encounter protest, and I may work on some smaller things with Tri-State Freethinkers this year, which I will record and put something out so people can see it. But I'm really looking to build my own thing here and to start doing some more hands-on stuff. So provided I think there's people out there that will support that, and I think there's a lot of people that it promotes to get off their ass and come be part of it too. And not only do we get to meet each other and hang out and all that stuff, and that being a great thing, but we're fighting for what's right. We're fighting for not just our rights, but their rights too. Trying to save them from themselves, I think, would be a proper way to look at it. But I was glad to be a part of it, and I can't wait to do it again. All right, so what should we do now, guys? I got 30 minutes left. What do we do? Nobody wants to join. So let's go watch a video. Where do I keep videos on this computer? Yeah,
I'm going to guess it's because just above this, we have a layer of concrete that was
We do.
required for building code. So we have the wood underneath it, and then we have the flooring above it. So
Exactly, and it's a sandwich. And that prefabricated concrete, it's like a runway. When they first laid it down, I thought you could almost land a plane on that.
it's almost big
But
enough.
we had to do that for fire code.
Yep.
So I'm assuming Noah wouldn't have had a big concrete layer at the bottom. of
That
the
probably
ship.
wouldn't help with flotation very much.
But people would look up there and think, oh, it's just the wooden bottom of the ship. But actually,
So it has concrete floors. So he's saying we built a replica of the Ark, but we used concrete in it too.
to build a tourist attraction like this, you have to obey the fire codes.
That's right.
So we hid the concrete.
Yep, and Noah probably didn't have those same sort of codes that we do.
I'm sure he didn't. If he did, he'd never be able to get all the animals on board.
That's right.
Oh, really? He'd never be able to get all the animals on board for that reason. Not for any other reasons, but just for that one. That's the stupidest shit Ken Ham's ever said. No, it's not.
So, Tim, as we walk in the entrance to the Ark, after you come up the ramp and go past Photo FX, and we're going in on the bottom deck into the Ark. Of course, this is not how Noah would have entered. We have the one big door in the side of the Ark. There's a section here that is a great teaching point. Could you explain that?
Yeah, a lot of people will say that there's no way you can build a wooden ship this large and have it float. Well, there's an engineer from Australia that you know, Tim Lovett, who designed the Ark in such a way that it could float. He showed how that's possible. And so what he did is built this mock-up of the hull to show his design. And if Noah would have built it similar to this, it would survive, it would float. You've got a multi-layered hull. You've got some outer layers on the outside, what he calls sacrificial layers, so it would protect the Ark from any collisions that it might have, but they're not structural. The structural ones would be the few that are on the inside and then through here.
And my understanding is some of the ancient ships that he researched had something sort of similar to this.
Yeah, especially with on the outside. It's easier to see on the other side.
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's just simply not true. Nope, other way, buddy. Come on. Do what I want you to. There we go. Can I move me now? Can I move me like over here? Nope, I can't. I'm back on that. All right. Live entertainment, folks. Live entertainment. Bullshit, first of all. It doesn't matter how many sticks they stuck in there like that. That boat was not seaworthy. They didn't have the technology at the time. That's one of the things that they do a number of times in the Ark Encounter. They come and they borrow technology from wherever in history they want, and then they apply it to the time of the flood, even though for the time that they say that happened, that technology didn't exist yet. The Iron Age hadn't started yet. They get that wrong a number of times, but they put in a blacksmith shop when such a thing wouldn't have existed there. They do use steel bracing in the Ark, which they could have made it more seaworthy with the steel bracing that they're using, but Noah didn't have that. Noah didn't have steel, and they didn't at the time. They wouldn't have had that technology. So even if his story was somehow reasonable, which it's absolutely not, he still just making shit up. He takes this is 12th century technology, and they're taking it and applying it to 4000 BC. And also another problem with this whole thing, the building of the Ark and stuff. I've got a thing which I can show if somebody needs me to, but I've done the math and shown the math. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. If somebody wants it, let me know in the comments, and I'll get that for you and I'll post it. If not, who cares? But the point is that the number of people that Ken Ham used to do this with modern technology and all that ended up taking more man hours than were allowed for Noah and his 4 people to do it together. What I'm saying is even with modern technology, the claim in the Bible that this group of people built this boat this way is not true. It's just it's not. And Ken Ham couldn't even build it in that time with union workers there doing it. And actually, I think they wouldn't let unions come, so it was contract workers and whatever. But bullshit as usual.
You can see the mortise and tenon interlocking, which we really show at the Creation Museum as well.
Exactly. Now, don't miss the...
So he mentions that you see it at the Creation Museum as well. The Ark Encounter is just Ken Ham's like little dick complex version of the Creation Museum. Like he wasn't feeling good enough about it, because the Creation Museum is exactly like the Ark Encounter. I mean, like obviously there's more wood because the whole thing's supposed to be in a boat or whatever, but they built like boat stuff around the Creation Museum too. And it's all kinds of Noah's Ark stuff in there. It's set up the exact same way with animatronics and posters on all the walls everywhere and all that. This is just a larger scale version of it. And if you want to see the inside the Creation Museum, Ken Ham and AIG's other little, pseudoscience, whatever, child indoctrination center. They built this one because they wanted to put a big auditorium in it so they could brainwash all the kids at once. But let's just watch it. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
This sign here.
I know what I was saying. Godless Engineer did a walkthrough of it and made fun of a lot of it and stuff over on his channel. Recent video. Go check out Godless Engineer and watch that video. Tell him Wellpeen sent you.
Artistic license. This is real important because the Bible gives us some details about the Ark and the people involved, but there's a lot it doesn't say, and so we use artistic license throughout the Ark Encounter. Tim, explain.
What's that? We use artistic license throughout the Ark Encounter. No shit, Ken Ham. You use artistic license and then you tell kids it's absolutely true and support it with the artistic license that you used. That is the problem with the way that you approach education and talking to kids. You created you used artistic license, and now that it's all here, then you use that artistic license to also support your reasoning for telling kids that the earth is 6,000 years old and that God murdered everybody in a genocide and we're all incest folks. That's why we call it the Incest and Genocide Museum. But anyway, check out Godless Engineer's video. It's really good. It's funny too. You'll like it.
That's right. In order to flesh out the narrative, in order to help people understand that these were real people, we named the women at the Ark, even though the Bible doesn't give us their names. As far as what the animals looked like, we don't know exactly what they looked like. And how the Ark looked, we don't even know exactly what that looked like. And
so we're going to make it the fuck up. That's what they're saying.
So we've got some signage explaining that we used our artistic license or artistic license. And what we did is try to keep it within the biblical parameters. So it's something that is consistent with the Bible, even if the Bible doesn't specifically say that. So we didn't make the Ark way bigger than what it was. We're not using that kind of license.
You could actually look for artistic license that's been applied all throughout the 3 decks.
That's right. And some of the exhibits.
Yeah, that would have been fine for this. I wouldn't even care if they were like, hey, this Noah's Ark story from the Bible has been a really popular thing, and we're going to make a theme park based on that story because, it's because America has such a large Christian population, and that would be their customers. We're going to make a theme park based on that, and that would be cool. But that's not what they did. They made a theme park based on it with all this artistic license that they're talking about there. And then they went a step further though, and when they talk to children and stuff, it's not, hey, we're making up these things. Let me tell you what we made up and what we just told you. They're not doing that. They're just making it up, and then they're telling kids that it's true. And they don't bring up nothing about artistic license or anything in any of their videos, in any of their pseudoscience nonsense. They have never brought this up. They teach it as if it's true, but whenever put on the spot like this about it, they say, they tell you the truth of it. Of course, they're not going to tell how far they go, but it's pretty damn far.
Where we feature it a little bit more, we actually have signage in there telling people that there's a lot of artistic license in this particular exhibit.
They did this for legal reasons. Guarantee it.
Now, as visitors enter the Ark, you'll see the cages there immediately, but don't rush past them. These cages aren't just props. I mean, they're there to represent cages with animals in that Noah would have had on board, but actually they're working cages, Tim.
Yeah, they're functional, and what we wanted to show is how can 8 people care for, just under 7,000 animals, which is probably a little bit of a high estimate of the number of animals. But when you think about it, if you had efficient cages like this, you don't have to
7,000 is a high estimate for the number of animals on the Ark. Sir, I would disagree and say that is probably, you lied about that on purpose. It's not 7,000. It's way, way, way more. And the high numbers are way, 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 way more. And also there's questions about insects and stuff like that, because like they said, the Bible doesn't tell you any of that. They made it up as they went. These cages, sure, cool cages, and they actually work. They are real cages. I can tell by looking at them. But where were the cages in the Bible? Where was that at? That's your artistic license. You made this shit up. But then you teach kids that it's true, you fucking piece of shit assholes. Like, this is actually the stuff that pisses me off the most. Because it's like, they just made up, like they just guessed at that number. They just made up the cages and put it in there and was like, see, this is how they did it. Right? For all shit they don't. Just say you don't know and quit pretending to know shit you don't know. That's the problem with all this stuff. Is quit pretending to know things you do not know. Because then that's when you start seeming like you're being dishonest and you're taking advantage of people. And you came to a particular part of Kentucky where there's a huge creationist base, and you pull this shit and you fill your auditoriums with kids and tell them this shit, but you just admitted to everybody, well, we didn't know any of this. It's only what the Bible says. The Bible doesn't say shit about cages. So, I mean, it is common sense to think that if such a thing happened, they would have cages to put animals in, because you would have to do that. But what they did is, like, we made these cages and they're functional and all this, and they made them look a particular way for the purpose they're trying to serve. And I mean, these cages are something that wouldn't have existed at that time either. So there's that. But yeah.
Feed every single animal every day. You fill this little chute up with food, and that can last for about a week for some of the smaller animals, and this with water, similar to what you might find with your hamsters or your gerbil cages at home. And then as far as cleaning the cage goes, you don't have to get in there, pull the animal and clean it all the time, because the flooring is made of the same sort of bamboo like this, so the waste can drop through there onto this ramp system that goes all the way down to the bottom, and then all you have to do is scoop out the bottom. And so we've got all of our smaller cages set up this way, just to represent how, if you're using a little bit of ingenuity, you can figure out how to make your job easier.
What the fuck does you figuring out how to make cages where poop rolls downhill? How does that equate to you then placing that feeling on Noah and his family? And like, this is obviously what they did. Like, you just got to use a little ingenuity and you can figure out what they did. No, he made it up again. And like, this is because over a number of years, people have pushed back against their narrative because of the way this boat is built and stuff, which theirs has windows, the real one doesn't. Or the imaginary one didn't. But the, you know, they've had pushback from people because of methane buildup and being shit everywhere, and how much feces would be in there because of having all these animals. Even if we gave the number 7,000, which is ridiculous, but even if we gave the number 7,000 animals, there would be some problems. The methane alone would kill everybody on board. They would suffocate and die because we breathe oxygen. Unless you want to say like God miracled them into breathing, you know, farts, which whatever. I mean, I would love to. We can call Christians fart sniffers for real then. But the stupid. I mean, like, just this is them. They spent all the money and built this and put the ramps in there for the poop because they've been bitched at about the poop so many times. So it's like, not only is this not in the Bible, it's completely based on shit you've made up because people showed you how you were stupid. And so you're just, that's an apologist for you, though. Whatever they point out is wrong, try to fix it and then argue the same thing again. Or don't at all and argue the same thing again. They do a lot of that too. All right, let me start this back. Everybody will go over to Dave's in about 13 minutes. I'll send you over there, but we'll watch this until the end of my show.
You're more efficient.
And then on deck 2, look for the exhibit where we show cutaway sections of cages so you can see more of how all this works.
That's right.
How you imagined it to work.
Well, as we enter deck 1, you will see animatronic Noah with his family praying as the flood begins. And you can actually hear Noah praying. Mm-hmm. What language is he praying in, Tim?
Well, we don't know what language Noah spoke, but the Old Testament, most of it's written in Hebrew, so we have Noah praying in Hebrew, and if you want to know what he's praying, there's a translation of his prayer there. So that's what we're depicting here.
So if you listen, you'll hear.
Why? Why would you do that? You're using artistic license. Why didn't you just have Noah say it in English? Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have cared. Instead, you made up that he spoke another language that you don't know he spoke, and made him speak that, and then they can read a translation. What the fuck is wrong with you, Ken Ham? Like, that is the craziest shit ever. Why would you even do that? It's supposed to be a theme park, right? Why wouldn't you just have them say it in English and then put the sign that says he probably spoke this, but you know, for your convenience, we've had him say it in English. Like, that would have been the thing to do for a theme park. Like, but instead we just made it up, and that's what he does.
The prayer in Hebrew.
That's right.
Well, as you walk past Noah and his family praying and then walk into the main part of deck 1, the second row of what are called lodge poles, right here, these are actually Engelmann spruce.
That's right.
And they come from Utah. They were dead.
Where's the gopher wood?
Standing trees, and so harvested under forestry license because they were dead, and we're able to get these. Now these, you can look all the way up there and see how far up they go, but I'm going to show you how big these are. I'll put my, see, I can't get all the way around. Okay, Tim, you're much taller than I am. See what you can do. You can only get to there.
Yeah, well, see, if I get a little closer, but I can't get all the way around.
See if both of us can make it around. If we put,
I think we can. Let's see.
There
There's your hand. There we go.
And actually, this is the biggest tree, I think, in the whole Ark. This is the biggest one right here.
And you mentioned looking up, you know, you can see all the way up. If you just step back into this area, a lot of people will walk right through without ever noticing. But if you just stop and look up, you'll see all the way up to the top of the Ark, and you'll be pretty...
Yes, because that's what trees do. Which, you should have kept a couple of those on the Ark, because now there's nothing for anything to eat, because the flood killed everything on Earth, including the plants, and made all the water brackish.
Be amazed.
And actually, there's a number of places you can do that. So remember that as you're walking through, to look upwards when you see places where you can do that, and you'll get a real good sense of the whole height of the Ark.
That's right.
Yeah, let's farm. That's the thing. The bamboo and all that stuff, they just make it up. They just made it up as they went along. In the Bible, all it says is that Noah gathered some gopher wood. It doesn't say anything about bamboo and all this other shit and spruce trees. And this is and that's really the reason I wanted to look at this, because it's not. This isn't this is based on, the story of Noah's Ark, but it's really, really exaggerated and dramatized and made in a way that the things they don't know. The whole thing is just they made it up, and this is what happened. And again, that would be fine if that's how it was promoted and that's what they told people it was, but they don't. They say this is true. This is how it was done. These are historical facts. That's a problem for me. And I've already talked about the church and state stuff. So, but yeah, let's keep going.
As you walk down deck 1 on the left, you'll see an area here where there are bats. And there's an important reason why we have this particular exhibit, because there's a number of different species of bats. We think there's probably only one kind of bat, but we allow multiple kinds, which inflates our numbers in regard to the number of kinds allowed on the Ark. But explain that, Tim.
That's right. It's possible there's just one kind of...
Let me explain it to you, since we're getting ready to get out of here, and this is where we'll stop before I send you over to Dave's. Let me see. Can I get rid of... There we go. There we go. So, kind is a thing they made up, obviously. Kind is it can be species sometimes. It can be whatever they need it to be. And that's how they come up with the number 7,000, is they say that they only needed one kind of these things. So all of the evolution, the microevolution that had already taken place, they killed all those because they only needed one kind. So we started with just the basic kinds, and now we have all the diversity of life we see today, which is not just hyper evolution, it's super duper hyper evolution. Never mind the heat problem. Never mind, that you're requiring something like 12 species a day to just pop into existence. Never mind all that, I suppose, right? Kinds. Yay. So, yeah. But, all right. So we got like 7 minutes left. Does anybody have anything they want to say? Anybody want to come on and say anything real quick? Anybody want to just come say hi to me or whatever before we end here? We will end exactly at 5 o'clock. But I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing and all that. So, again, I'm probably going to live here at this 3 to 5 time slot on Saturday. And every week, just send everybody over to Dave's show at the end of my show. I'm probably going to do this for a while. And we're going to take a look at some of the bad behavior of some apologists and stuff. And we'll have some panels. And I'm probably all these shows will be open panels, honestly. For anybody that wants to jump on and talk. And I will get us some cool guests to join the panels too. I'll go get some faces you guys know. My channel may not be huge, but I've met a lot of great people and stuff doing this. I've got a lot of friends, and I think I can probably get some great people to come hang out with us and talk about various things. Obviously, you guys have seen I don't care to interact with Christians or whatever, but I was up until the Ark protest, I was kind of messing with creationists a little bit to just to promote that more, to talk about the bad ideas that they have. But and I even did a debate with Kent Hovind. But I will me and Kent had talked about debating the origin of the universe. I don't know or care if that's going to happen now. I had said I would do it, so but we never got around to doing it. So if that comes up, you may see that. But other than that, I'm gonna make it open panels. If theists want to come on and defend their position, or I can make it to where they can even join through Discord or call or whatever, however they want to do it. If theists want to come and say something, they can. But I'm just gonna have fun and hang out with my friends and do stuff like that. So, but I'll be talking a bit more about the tri-state freethinkers and stuff as we go forward, and doing some stuff with them. And I want to get an email list together so I can tell people about events and stuff and all that, and start doing things. So yeah, but I guess I don't know what other things. I'm going to do some other stuff too, and I'm going to be working over on the political channel too. I'm going to put some stuff up over there really soon, like maybe here in a few minutes. But that channel is Bluegrass Resistance. If you want to come over and hang out there, subscribe or whatever. I've only got like 7 subscribers right now. I haven't put any content out at all. Jess has been working on getting an intro together for me. She offered to do it, and I asked if she would make something real simple with some banjo music. And so we're going to be putting some stuff up over there. You can if you want. I understand a lot of people weren't crazy about me doing shows that were strictly political over here. They didn't do very well. So now I can do that over there and build a community and audience over there doing that too. So yeah, so you can check me out here bitching about religious people and all that stuff, or you can check me out over at Bluegrass Religion bitching about the pedophile that is our president. Yeah, so I do both. But hey, thanks everybody that came and watched the show, and I appreciate every one of you who come and talk and chat and hang out, and I love being able to provide a place where we do that and have a little fun and talk about silly stuff or whatever along the way. I try to make a little bit more different content, not so much just arguing against creationists and stuff, although that's what we were doing a minute ago. But I try to do that. But so I hope if you're new here, you subscribe to the channel. I know if you said anything in chat, you're a subscriber now, because you have to. But yeah, any of you guys that are new, thank you so much. To all my channel members and stuff, I appreciate you supporting the channel. We'll get some members only content going up again for you guys, and get everything back like it was as far as that's concerned. Maybe the content's a bit different, but the schedule will be somewhat the same. So I will put out some members only stuff. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can do it for as little as 99 cents a month. We have plans up to like $24, I think. So, if you want to become a member, you can. You don't have to. I appreciate you being here either way. But I make an extra video every week that's only for members, usually an open panel for anybody to just join and talk about whatever. So, Big Bad Mama, you're going to order an Ark Encounter 2025 shirt. That merch link up there will take you to it. And I think it'll cost you all in like $31 to get it. I'm not doing that to that's not me making a bunch of profit either. So that's just how much it costs. I made 75 cents or something on each shirt, I think is what I made. But yeah, yeah, go check that out and get you one. But I'm going to send you all over to Dave's now. Thanks so much for coming. Have a good one. And while you're over there, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Captive Desk. Dave has a great channel and has people on every weekend. They have great talks. Don't forget to subscribe at least while you're there, even if you drop out. And I will see you there in chat. And